Today, we are asking a question that many people following this case have been asking for a long time. Is a child vanishing from their own home enough to establish probable cause for a forensic investigation? Because when a child disappears in the middle of the night from the place that should be the safest place on earth, most people expect one thing: every single inch of that home, every vehicle connected to that child to be examined. So, today we are going to talk about why that expectation exists and why many people feel the early investigation into the missing event of Sebastian Rogers still leaves unanswered questions. Sebastian Rogers vanished from his Hendersonville home without a trace on February 25th, 2024. No confirmed sightings, no trail, no clear explanation of what took place. When something like this happens, investigators have to determine very quickly whether they are dealing with a runaway, an accident, an abduction, or something that could have taken place inside the home. And that determination is critical because the first 24 hours of a missing child case are often the most important. Evidence disappears, digital data can change, memories fade, and physical evidence can be lost. In cases where a child disappears from their home, the public usually expects several investigative steps. Things like forensic processing of the home, forensic examination of vehicles, digital analysis of phones and devices, timeline reconstruction of everyone in the household, and sometimes data from people close to the family, like friends and associates. These steps help investigators answer one very important question: did Sebastian leave that house on his own, or did something happen inside the home? Without forensically testing Katie's vehicle, the public is left to assume that the grainy, dark, shadowy figure taking out the trash is truly Sebastian. And here is where all the legal issues come in. In the United States, investigators need probable cause to obtain certain types of search warrants. And many people ask, if a child disappears from their own bedroom overnight without a trace, isn't that itself suspicious enough? That question has become central to the discussion surrounding this case. Because when a disappearance has no explanation, the home is often the first place investigators examine in detail. Investigators often say the first 24 hours are critical because this is when forensic evidence is the freshest. Trace evidence, digital activity, vehicle movement, surveillance footage, phone pings, all of that information can begin to disappear or change very quickly. And this is why many missing children's cases need to move extremely fast in the very beginning. And a lot of times, these children are deemed runaways. They are deemed someone that is going to go into the pond and not be able to swim at 15. Over time, many people following Sebastian Rogers' case have asked questions about those early investigative steps. Questions like: was the home fully processed for forensic evidence? Were vehicles examined in complete detail? Forensically, how extensive was the digital data review? What investigative steps happened behind the scenes that the public may not know about? These questions don't necessarily mean investigators did something wrong, but some of it is really evident that they did do something wrong or they just didn't do enough. I think what it needs to show to investigators more than anything on Sebastian's case is how deeply people care about finding answers for Sebastian. Cases like this highlight something very important about missing children's investigations. The public expects urgency. We, the people, expect transparency and thorough investigation in those crucial early hours is very important to the public and important to the child being found quickly. Because when a child disappears without a trace, like Sebastian, the instinct for many people is simple: leave no stone unturned. Sebastian Rogers has now been missing for 2 years, 2 years too long. And the most important thing remains the same: finding Sebastian. If you have followed this case, I want to hear your thoughts about the forensic testing and the lack thereof. Do you believe a child vanishing from their own home should automatically trigger a full forensic investigation? Let me know. Most importantly, continue sharing Sebastian's story, because the more people who know his name, who see his face, the better the chances of someone seeing him somewhere. And someone somewhere might have that piece of information that brings answers. Jeff and I will certainly be doing another search within the next month. It's just got to be a pretty weekend and not a lot of rain, because those creeks can get really deep and really wide and fast moving. So we've got to be careful. I will definitely keep you guys posted. I thank you so much for caring about Sebastian, and let's try to just do what we can to bring him home, bring awareness consistently. If you have yet to hand out a flyer, begin doing that. Make sure your family and friends know about Sebastian. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share all that good jazzy junk. And until my next video, until my next live, peace out.